Now, it's pretty important when you're picking a diet to make sure it's the right diet for that type of animal. You wouldn't feed beef to a gorilla who eats mostly plants, or a cucumber to a snake who only eats meat. By learning which group an animal belongs to, we can start to narrow down the healthiest diet choices. So what should dogs and cats be eating? Both dogs and cats are truly carnivores. They thrive on a mostly meat diet. Cats are obligate carnivores, which means they don't have a choice. They have to eat meat, and lots of it. In the wild, they'll eat lots of fresh prey that they hunt themselves. Dogs are preferential carnivores, which means their body far prefers meat, but they can be a little flexible. In the wild, they'll eat fresh prey that they hunt, decomposing animals that they scavenge, and a small amount of foraged foods, like seasonal fruits, wildflowers, and feces. So let's see exactly what happens when these wild diets are recreated and switched with the processed foods that so many dogs and cats eat today. Domesticated dogs have a lot of variation in their appearance, but their digestive system is very similar across breeds. Diets of wild and feral dogs have been studied all over the world, but the largest study comes out of Australia, where the stomach contents of over 13,000 feral dogs and dingoes were examined to try to distinguish differences between the two groups. They were hoping to prove that dingoes were a separate species or a subspecies so they could be protected, but they ended up being classified as a dog breed instead. However, we did end up with the largest amount of data ever collected on the eating habits of dogs living in the wild. They found that when prey was available, meat made up over 90% of the dog's diet. It was only when meat was scarce would they turn to vegetables or fruits. In many cases, they'd also eat the poop of other animals. Now, dogs are opportunistic carnivores, and they are absolutely amazing scavengers. Their powerful sense of smell can help them locate prey and dead animals from far away. And their digestive tract is designed around digesting meat and bone and guarding against food poisoning. However, they do have some limited ability to eat fruits and vegetables as a part of their diet. And during times of starvation, they can forage a wide variety. Domesticated cats are pretty much genetically identical to several groups of wild cats living throughout the world. So we can get a great idea of their eating habits by studying their wild brothers. Cats are obligate carnivores, which means they must eat meat. Their digestive system is not designed to handle plants, so no vegetables, fruits, or grains are on their wild menu. Occasionally, they may chew on grasses to help with digestion. They hunt small prey like birds and rodents up to 20 times a day, and they're more active at dawn and dusk. Cats typically will not scavenge, eating only what they hunt and kill. Their food provides them with protein, fats, and other nutrients, but also with the bulk of their water intake. The meat from an animal is around 70% water, and since water can be scarce or dangerous in a cat's native habitat, they've developed the need to hydrate from every single meal that they eat. This means that for cats, form is just as important as function. Ensuring they're getting enough protein and other nutrients isn't enough. They are specialized hunters that have been eating fresh prey for millions of years. Every molecule in their natural ideal diet is important. So providing a fresh, raw, high moisture diet is essential to keep cats at their absolute best.
Fast forward to now, the modern day cat, so that cat in the desert was eating a diet that was about 70% moisture. Fast forward to today, we're feeding our cats, processed food that's maybe 10% moisture. So 70% to 10%. And, we wonder why our cats have all these urinary tract issues, urinary tract infections, kidney disease, all these health ailments. And it's just because of this, from a lot of different reasons, but the big one is just moisture. Anytime I can get moisture into a cat's diet, it's a huge win for me.
We see so much kidney disease in house cats, particularly cats that are fed dry kibble. A normal diet for a cat would be to catch a mouse or a rabbit. The mouse or the rabbit, if they were to eat it, is about 75 to 80% moisture. When we feed them dry kibble, we're feeding them something that is 6 to 8% moisture. Cats are desert animals. They're not big drinkers. And in order for that dry food to process, it has to have moisture come from somewhere. So it comes from the intercellular spaces in the body. And our cats are, frankly, if they're only eating dry kibble, they're in a state of mild dehydration all the time. They never really catch up. So when we feed them a whole food diet that is high in moisture, the kidneys are so much happier. The other problem that we have with dry kibble in our cats is that they are obligate carnivores, and the kibble is filled with carbohydrates. Carbohydrates break down to sugars. That causes inflammation. Well, what is kidney disease? Glomerulonephritis. Itis means inflammation. We are contributing to inflammation throughout the body all the time. So we need to get them on that species-appropriate diet that is high in moisture, that is a meat-based diet that is going to make their kidneys oh so much happier.